Hello everyone, it is me, Louis, aka Duncan Gaming, and today I will be ranking every single episode from Season 3. If you have not seen the Season 1 and 2 ranking videos, I recommend you go watch them as well, but without further ado, let's get onto the ranking list. Percy, James, and the Fruitful Day. Nice music and good crashes, but it's very messy of an episode. The ending was really clunky. I feel like Thomas was forced in a bit, and it's just not that interesting of a story in my opinion. 5 out of 10. Edward, Trevor, and the Really Useful Party. It's good seeing all the road vehicles in one episode, but nothing really much happened here. It was just kind of like setting up a party, not much else. I know there was going to be the deleted scene with Diesel in it. I'm not sure if that would have made the episode better or worse, but not very interesting. But it's still sort of good. 6 out of 10. One good turn. I don't even remember what happens in this episode. I think Bill and Ben fight over a turntable and then they make amends. Yeah, it's very, very bad. After Season 2, where Bill and Ben were some of the best characters, they're not that great in Season 3, to be honest. It's nice to see Boko and Edward again, but 6 out of 10, it's not terrible. Thomas gets bumped. Again, not really interesting. The crash is cool, but Thomas is just kind of like off his branch line, then comes back. Like, I've got nothing to say about this. It's 6 out of 10, it's not terrible, it's just alright, I guess. Diesel does it again. This is not very interesting. Diesel is definitely worse here than he was in Season 2. The World's Strongest Engine in episode in Season 6 does this way, way better than this episode. This episode is very boring and dull. Diesel's not the greatest. And yeah, there should have been more to Diesel and Duck again, but 6 out of 10. A Scarf for Percy. The crash is really great, the scenes with Henry are also great, and the engines teasing Percy was funny as well. It's a simple story, but it's really nice. 7 out of 10. Thomas and Percy's Christmas Adventure. The visuals, as for all these winter episodes, are amazing. Same thing goes for A Scarf for Percy as well. Even though this episode did kind of get ruined in the US, they should have just done a Christmas version for home media, but it's still a really sweet episode about Thomas and Percy's friendship. 7 out of 10. The Trouble with Mud. People don't like this episode, but I think it's pretty good. The dynamic between Gordon and James is really good. Gordon blowing mud on James was hilarious. James slipping on the hill was also great. But Gordon is just a really good character in general in this episode. 7 out of 10. Don't get why people don't like this one. Time for Trouble. A nice episode. Toby doesn't really do much here. But James is fantastic in this episode. Perfectly in character for James. Him pushing Toby was funny. The end, the UK dub where he goes, ha ha, was hilarious. So yeah, 7 out of 10 episode, really good. Thomas, Percy and the Dragon. The nighttime visuals are amazing. The friendship dynamic between Thomas and Percy is really good in Season 3, much better than Season 2 in my opinion. Thomas getting his own back after Percy scared him in Season 2 was also really good. 7 out of 10. Heroes. I don't think this is as great as other people say, but it's still really good. Bill and Ben causing trouble in the yard, but then saving everyone at the quarry when it collapses is great. The landslide sequence is amazing. The troublesome trucks have some good moments here. It's a really good episode, 7 out of 10. Tender Engines. This is still a really good episode, but this would have been so much better if they actually did it accurate to the Railway Series story where Gordon learns about the fate of his brothers. And this would have been an amazing setup for Escape, but unfortunately they kind of just glossed over that really quickly and it's mellowed down and we don't even see the Flying Scotsman properly. But the scene with Duck and Henry at the tenders at the end was definitely the best part. One of the funniest moments of Season 3. 7 out of 10. Really good. Tobys Tightrope. Not much to say about this episode. The runaway sequence was good, Toby dangling off the bridge was amazing, and Mavis is a really good character and she had a really good arc in Season 3. 7 out of 10. Mavis. As the title suggests, this is about Mavis. This is her first episode. She's a really good character, and her dynamic with Toby is amazing. Michelangelo's narration for this episode is phenomenal, and it's got some nice snow visuals. Again, 7 out of 10. Trust Thomas. Well, I'll admit the plot of this episode is quite clunky with the tar tying into James being ill, but still, this is a really fun episode when you look past the plot. James and Gordon are great in this episode. James is funny. The crash is amazing. The troublesome trucks, Birdie's funny. Like, ouch, that's another hole in the road, But it's a really good episode. It's 8 out of 10. I really like this one, despite its clunky plot. Gordon and the Famous Visitor. City of Churro is a nice addition, even though we don't really see him fully and he doesn't have a face. Duck, Edward, a great. Gordon, his dome flying off. The ending's really funny when he comes back to the sheds and, never trust domeless engines. They're not respectable. Really nice. 8 out of 10. Thomas, Percy and the Post Train. Not much happens in this episode, but it's got beautiful visuals and it's just a really nice Thomas and Percy working together episode. Season 3 was really good for these two, much better than Season 2. I'll say it once, I'll say it again, I do not like the Dick Thomas that was in Season 2. I think this is probably Thomas and Percy's best season together, Season 3. It's really nice to see the nighttime visuals, 8 out of 10. Donald's Duck. This is a really sweet episode, Donald bonding with the duck Dilly, and Duck getting his branch, and Donald and Duck pulling pranks on each other until Duck eventually just gives up is really good. Really nice and sweet episode, 8 out of 10. No Joke for James. This is one of the most underrated episodes of the entire show in my opinion. This is a fantastic James episode, I don't care what anyone says. James manipulating Thomas into making him pull coaches was great, and this is just James coping with not being as good as Gordon, which is both funny and sad, but he triumphs at the end, which is really nice. 9 out of 10, I wish more people would love this great episode. Buzz, another amazing James episode. His comment of Boko, him getting stung by the bee, his ridiculous methods of trying to get rid of the bees, all amazing. Like, seriously, the animation, while being a bit cartoony, is still really good. Duck and Boko, even though they should have had more scenes together, it's still what we saw of them was really nice. 9 out of 10. Percy's Promise. In my opinion, this is way better than Edward's exploit. There's more action, Percy braving through the flood. I know Edward had his crank pin damage, but Percy's almost submerged in water and he has to push through. I understand why they didn't adapt it in Season 2, but it still would have been so cool. But Percy is a real hero in Season 3. Amazing episode, 9 out of 10. Oliver Owns Up. A really nice follow-up to Escape, Oliver being, basically a celebrity to the other engines, being looked up upon by all the others. He's like at the top, but when he has his accident, he's just fallen down to the level of the other engines, but he steals his title back in Season 4, which we will get to in the next ranking list, but you just feel, even though he was being a bit of a dick in the episode, you do feel really sorry for him when he's in that turntable. But it's still a really nice episode, 9 out of 10. All at Sea. This episode has an amazing message. Duck learning to accept that he's a steam engine and stuck to his rails is beautiful. That last shot is the second best shot of the entire series in my opinion, only topped by a shot of another episode we will talk about very, very soon, but beautiful episode with an amazing message. 10 out of 10. Love this. Henry's Forest. Just like the last episode, this one has a really nice message. That even when trees are damaged, they can always regrow and the forest will stay. The music in this episode was also so beautiful as well. You just feel so sorry for Henry. Like, I really like nature as well, and I just feel for Henry in this episode. It's so sad when you see all the trees being cut down and damaged from the storm. It's such a beautiful episode. 10 out of 10. I can't place it any lower. Bulgi. This is the funniest episode in Season 3, definitely. Bulgi is my favourite road vehicle character. He's so good. His dynamic with Duck is amazing. Him getting stuck on the ridge, Duck going across. I love the narration, especially in the UK dub when he's like, "Stop! It might fall on me!" It's hilarious. I love this episode, so funny. 10 out of 10. But there's one that's greater than this. I mean, come on. You knew it was going to be Escape. There was no other episode. This was not even close. Escape is the best episode of the entire show. I wouldn't really say it's my favourite. There's a few other episodes that I prefer, but this is the best episode of Thomas all time. I hope we can all agree on that. It just hits so hard when you just see Oliver in that scrapyard and he's just trying to escape to the safe haven of Sodor. I know I said I wanted to be short with these, but I actually want to go on here for a bit of why I love this. I think it's just that Michelangelo's narration, the way it's framed and Oliver's face when he's talking to Douglas for the first time, you can tell he's just so desperate to get a Sodor, and oh, I love that shot so much. The music, it's peak, amazing, it tops it, it's the best ever, and that one shot of Oliver and Douglas escaping a Sodor on the sunrise is just best shot of the entire show. No contest, it's so beautiful. I'd be lying if I said I didn't get emotional when watching that. It's so good, I love it so much, but it's an amazing episode. You just feel so happy at the end when Oliver gets saved. It's the fact that it connects with real life events of steam engines getting scrapped, and if you have that context in your head, it makes this episode so much more amazing. This doesn't deserve a 10 out of 10. This deserves 11 if I can give it that, but it's just the best episode of the entire show, definitely. So that was my ranking list of the episodes from Season 3. I hope you enjoyed. Share your opinions in the comments below, and I will see you in the Season 4 ranking list.